So what we are working on as a class is our Capstone research project. Just looking at different things between musculoskeletal, neuro, different aspects of physical therapy, basically just doing research and presenting on it.
This was given to us in our second year of school. So we had 2 years to basically do the project, get nice results, and then present it as research. And using our knowledge and what we gained over the 3 years we've been in school and actually implementing it into research and expanding it to improve certain things.
And this is why, for example, in these posters, we ask them, why is this important to our profession? And they have to realize and think, okay, I did a research about something. How is this going to contribute to our profession? Because the bottom line, going back to what I said before, it's hands-on. I need to know how this poster sitting on an easel is going to help me become a better clinician, a better hands-on clinician, a better person to look at a patient and say, I need to improve their movement. Bottom line, physical therapists are movement experts. And this poster is about how can I improve movement? And that's the beauty of it.
So one thing I took away is I have a lot of respect for anyone who wants to do research, that's for sure. Just taught me a lot about gait kinematics, and it taught me a lot about how to work as a team to get stuff done, because trying to find 51 participants in a small community like this was super hard, but we managed to do it and we found the information we wanted to find.